Kings. Can join us. Got Fritzy here. They've been fighting over that spot. It's pretty funny. She's been trying to make a break for it, trying to get outside. She hasn't got anywhere with it, but she's trying. So, I'm not sure what the other one's trying to tear the place apart. So, she has to join in eventually. Okay. Like I say, is secret societies. Archangel Lucifer. I would just call him Lucifer, or call him Heliel, but I'll just call him Lucifer. Hell with it. And then Zeta Gray realities. Let's see where that goes. Interesting. I did feel L. Ron Hubbard's energy around, which is unusual. Not sure why he's around, but I might tap into him, maybe. But, well, L. Ron Hubbard, I can just tap it as FBI informant. What's the energy I'm getting from that? Some kind of insider. Yeah. So anyway, something like that. Who knows? Who really knows? Secret societies. I've been looking at some of the state capitals. I just got an energy about one I forgot about actually. The one that got me looking into this. Let's see. The one that got me starting was actually Tennessee. So, like, secret societies right in our face. So, of course, they run the state government. So, secret societies on obviously in all governments, like worldwide, obviously. And then, they're rich elite, obviously. At least the public version, they live by the water, they drive around in fancy cars and all that, go to the parties or whatever they're doing. So, trying to keep up appearances, you can say. So good. I'm not going to go super deep into that, but we'll see where we get. We'll just put it out there a little bit and see where it goes. It's been kind of a long day, so I'm not sure how much energy I have. Okay, so I'm talking about private sessions. We have a shop here. I'm on, that's a good question. I forget. Same situation here. We have a shop there. I might change this all around. I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do here. Webinar. Sign up, social network, behind the scenes. And let's see here. So this is the one that actually got me thinking. Because, Tennessee, let's see, Tennessee, I can't type. So, they have, of course, they put sporting goods on it. But either way, that's in Tennessee. It's a little bit weird. Jeez. And Memphis, yeah. We're all doing good there. So I was thinking about, what about their state capital? And it looks like highly Illuminati. It just looks creepy. It's like, it doesn't look normal at all. I don't know if state capital is supposed to look normal, but all these places, they put this energy out of, like, it's not healthy. None of them are. So, yeah, it's kind of that's a better view of it. Look at it, it's like the Colosseum in Greece. And according to history, a lot of this stuff, architecture came from Egypt. I believe so. Those are exactly, I guess, the temples. Greek architecture came. Romans took the Greek architecture, but I believe all this comes from Atlantean energies. Which has my vibe on it. I mean, look at that thing. So to move on from that, yeah, this is state capital of Oregon. This looks like a freaking cult because it is. So it's like almost like a prison, and that's the other thing. It's like this is our, they're the ones running the asylum basically. Little gold statue at the top. I think they have a picture of it here somewhere. None of it. Oh, are you kidding me? What the hell is that? Superman? Yeah, just not the best vibes. What the fuck is that? It does look like a jail, though. Oregon, not surprised at all. Not a least surprised. And they had this reviewer, this guy is reviewing on YouTube all the state capitals, and he's like, man, it looks like a cult. It's probably because it is. And of course, they all are. And this is Philadelphia. Just kind of, I mean, none of this looks healthy. None of it. They have the domes at the top. I think this comes from Italy. I forget where. I didn't look exactly too deep into that. Yeah, Washington State, which is Olympia, which is very Greek. That doesn't have the best. Apparently the U.S. is going to be in Washington. The capital of the United States is going to be in Washington State. So I guess this one isn't so bad, but it still doesn't have the best energy around it. So lovely. In our face, basically. So yeah, it's just right in front of us. Of course, I've been to the state capital of Florida. Yeah, I just felt slavery energies around it. Of course, they don't have a monument about that. They have a monument about Vietnam instead. They don't really care. Just playing the game. So, but yeah, they obviously they're showing who's boss. Obviously, there's a bunch of those. I'll go to a couple others, but the one in Oregon really stands out. It's like, we're not normal. Not to say they're normal anyway, but they're kind of making it obvious. And the temple, the domes, the iron domes with the gold on it, yeah, it's like the royalty, you can say. Of course, I had that weird guy at the top of Oregon's with holding his jacket. And it just feels so creepy. It's just, why don't they protest about that stuff? Of course, not going. And of course, when they build those Capitol buildings, obviously this is unrelated, but not really. The city grid is usually built around that, which is also doing more manipulation on a whole nother level. So, street grids. So, yeah. Of course, the Vatican has like a circle grid in front of it. I think it does, which is open portals, and who knows what that's doing exactly. That is another one to tap into, actually. So I'm going to go into the secret society energies. Is pretty much wherever I can dig into that. Obviously, they keep themselves so hidden that they don't exist. Always, of course, Yale's. I guess they can't hide themselves completely. The Skull and Bones. Of course, they made a movie about Skull and Bones. I'm not sure why. I guess they just can't help themselves. Anyway, but the secret society energies. They're just obviously they're running everything to discourage anyone from looking at their energy, but they're highly, of course, part of the London, Queen of England. Obviously, there's several societies there, at least 7. Different secrets, 7 different secret societies there. At least that's the vibe I get. Oxford University is 5. So I guess you have two big ones. I don't know what they are, but then you have a little smaller ones that are hard to pick up on. Lovely. Well, the secret society grid, at least the vibe I'm getting. Obviously, the whole point is to keep themselves hidden, so they protect each other. It doesn't mean they wear rings and all that. The Masons wear rings, but I don't think they wear jewelry. They might. I doubt it. Maybe it's the way they comb their hair. Comb their hair a certain way. That's a good secret society thing going. But of course, in the mainstream, they laugh about it anytime they talk about it. Just like the whole alien thing. They laugh about aliens and secret societies. Of course, there was a reporter that did during the 2004 election with George W. Bush. I forgot who it was, but he brought it up that George W. Bush was part of a secret society, and then the reporter died after that. I don't think it was much further. It was real convenient. He died maybe it wasn't a year later. I don't think. I think I can find. I don't know if I can find him or not. But freaking died right after that. So. Yeah, and he was the only one I think brought it up. Gee, how convenient. So anyway, okay, all right. Well, tap into the energies of that Archangel Lucifer. I feel like I haven't brought him through publicly in a long time. So okay, let's see. Secret society. So we connect to the secret society consciousness. How about that? Or connected to the Rockefeller family. Dave Rockefeller. Great. Yeah. A very organized world controller. Yeah. Lovely. I guess I can connect to Dave Rockefeller. I guess I can connect. He's been gone for a while now, so it's not so evil as it once was. Guy is so arrogant. Gee, I wonder why. Well, when everything goes your way, I guess you get kind of not complacent. But man, he never had to worry about money ever. Yeah, I guess I can tap into him a little bit. We'll see how this goes. So, all right, blessings. Greetings. I am the consciousness of David Rockefeller. Yes, our groups are about mind control. Of course, the art of mind control. We use the weather to keep humans away from us, meaning climate control, climate. It's a distraction. It's notice that banking's ever really mentioned ever, but climate is a perfect tool to control humanity, especially when you have tools to manipulate it, which we do. We didn't do it very often. Of course, some of you might feel differently, but we really didn't. That really wasn't our main objective, is to control the weather. It's more likely to become more afraid of it, to build up hype that the world's coming to an end, at least through nature. Yes, it's another psyop. Well, it's like weather wars. And yes, there of course that is going on. But for my objective was basically to make people afraid of something that would never happen. And it worked. Well, there was some evidence of it, but really not really. No. Tornadoes were pretty bad, but so secret society energies is basically, why should we tell you who we are? Yes, you might know the David Rockefeller name, but That's all you're allowed to know. Yeah, we feel like we're kings of the planet, kings, queens. We're the royalty of the world. So our decisions are very important. We feel like we can make the right decisions without the help of humanity. Because humanity is helping us fulfill our destiny, our plans. So you are important, but you are part of the architecture of it, the construction of it. But we are the masterminds behind it. We're here to take your power away. Yes, to rebuild the pyramids, rebuild society, rebuild history, to shut down history so they don't know anything about it, where modern history matters most. Reason being, because you can't see the past and see our ancestors. We want you to see the future, focus on the future that we're trying to build because we want people to do what we want. So the financial side is basically just a weapon against the people. It's like that's the modern day, chivalry or knighthood is using money to get what you want, to create a new energy for control. But of course, always about the betterment of humanity. Of course, some of you might think differently of that. But yes, hidden in plain sight. But yes, the symbolisms that are out there. Gold, yes, the manipulation energy of gold, depending on how it's used, is actually there to siphon your vibration, to take your power away. It's like gold is like the energy of the sun. Sometimes it's used for positive, of course, but many times it's used for negative. Well, because so many people want gold as value. So we use it to pull your vibrations away from you. Yes, a lot of our energies are in the universities. Of course, you're seen as a hierarchy, architecture of your reality. Even in the university professors at the prestigious schools. Well, notice how it's hard to get to some of these professors. You have to be at a certain level of education or brainwashing, indoctrination to get to these professors that truly believe they're controlling the world with their minds. Because they're influencing younger people. So they feel godlike. Some of them do. What's this? Greetings to you. It's Archangel Lucifer. Greetings. Yes, of course, there's a lot of warning, revealing. Most of society does not want to reveal. Well, it's only so much you can handle. It's like humanity doesn't want to have a heart attack more than it has to. It reveals too much, many get easily lost. And not that were lost before. So basically, if you can get, yes, a relationship, a job, a place to live, halfway decent, you got it all figured out. Well, sort of. Many just sit in that reality, that chair of reality. And yes, get bored, give themselves something to do. But that's about it, the chair of manipulation. But others of you are taking that chair away, moving things around. Yes, the world is chaotic, but it's chaotic, but also is allows many of you in your higher power to become more taken seriously. As the world gets crazy, more people will take you more seriously because the world gets very bizarre. You're already bizarre, most of you or all of you. So humanity can start looking at you and take you more seriously. Right now, they're not being proven physically that this spiritual jargon exists. If it's all made up, and humanity is living in their own fantasy world, basically. Well, it's just that their reality is different than yours. Their reality is structured in a way where spirituality and astral connections just don't exist. Spirituality does exist to a certain extent. But yes, you're talking about the humans that don't recognize their own intuition. They do, but they're not realizing that it's actually the magic of the soul that you go deeper into yourselves. They're not seeing that. They see it as nothing. Many of them actually had quite your human collective. Many of them actually had it pretty good, even if they have a difficult life. Some that have difficult lives, they somehow find a relationship or some kind of good luck finds its way in. Not always, but many times it does. So here's this really bad thing, but there's this really good thing. So it evens itself out. It all depends on the person, what they want. It gets kind of complicated. But you're here to decipher what you feel is your truth, whatever it might be. Others like to sell their truth. And yes, some people might want to push their truth on others, which is fine, but some they can get over. And that's a lesson there. Well, if you're having an agenda of a version of truth and others are crowding in to see what version that is, it doesn't necessarily make it wrong. It's that person's journey. They know astrally what they're getting into, but at a physical level, they need that experience, whatever it might be, if you agree with it or not. So, yeah, your religions, your mainstream religion, it's like, and also spirituality, those major large groups and spiritual groups. It's like when a person finds that, many of them just feel safe there. Even if they feel like it's kind of shady and all that, but they still feel this is where I need to be right now. It's like there's only, the next level might be a little bit too much. I'll just stay here for now. For now. Obviously, many of you have removed all those barriers and just allowed strangeness to come in, which eventually will be called the norm when humanity gets over itself. One day. Well, it has to be proven, as I say, physically, that weirdness does exist. And you're experiencing it right now. So, what's this? Rings, we are the Zetas, the Zeta Grays. Our culture, our reality, we try to be like you. As yes, we become very robotic, controlled by other beings, similar to you, but different. We do have a strong connection to the insectoids due to the architecture of realities, different dimensions that they tap into. That they see things so differently. Of course, you do also, but humans have been shut down. Obviously, some of you, I believe somewhere, have actually had dreams of insectoid beings, or maybe even your own DNA is insectoid. Even your eyes are insectoid, which is a little bit much for some, but the insectoid energy is seeing beyond all realities. Now, you can be a feline being and see so much, but an insect being can see more. Doesn't make them better, but it's like the less you become human, like you're human, because being human is like you're adding all of these jobs to yourself. I need to do this, I need to do that physically. And animal, like feline beings, are half human, half feline. It's not as difficult here. Well, there are worlds that are more difficult, but you're still human, so you still have all that human stuff. But when you're insectoid energy, we'll just use it for example, things are simpler. Of course, they make it more complicated using their powers to open up realities. They should be opening up portals. They shouldn't be opening up and connect to other species that they wish to figure out and diagnose and create hybrid beings and other different alien energies. Of course, every alien species is involved with another alien species being developed. The insectoid is more productive in that, but also the Zeta. We're another reason why we're disliked is the civilizations we've created. Some are good, some are cult-like. We don't always know where it's going to go. Or we are assisting there. Of course, we work with source energies, but we're given the tools to be able to create hybridization societies. And we have to let them have their free will. We can't interfere. So if they're going to be selfish, they're going to be selfish. And others have not been selfish, but there are plenty that have been. Some of you incarnated from those places here. You might have a difficulty connecting to a Zeta due to how abnormal your lives have been. A Zeta reality is all different types, of course, but there are some where a Zeta planet is like we're all scientists. We're all looking for new knowledge. We're still figuring ourselves out too, but we use science to figure ourselves out. Yeah, we're very similar to humans, though, usually in the fourth dimension, where we don't want to see our we might see our problems, but we don't always want to face it or live up to it or heal it. We hold on to our problems like you do, and we're in the fourth dimension. So yeah, when you connect to a Zeta, like you might feel the energies of a Zeta, you might feel its problems, what it's going through, because some Zetas are tortured. So yes, we've been used by other civilizations. We don't always understand other species. We're kind of outsiders. A lot of us just want to do things our way and not pay attention to everybody else. Some Zetas have learned how to communicate with other alien species, but a lot of Zetas stick to their own. They do their own thing. Take this how you feel, but a lot of Zetas have been kidnapped and used against your world and other planets, and just the ones that have been manipulated are, yes, even themselves are kind of materialistic, and they want nice cars too, even if they don't have a car. But if they incarnate as a human, some Zeta beings can be the most irritating beings. Yeah, a lot of them like to listen to loud music. It all depends if they feel like they're irritating somebody or they want that person to move or go away. A lot of your Zeta energies are part of rock music. Of course, there's a lot of Palladian in those people too, but there is a Zeta presence there. Just not make it always well known. Of course, there's many star seeds that are here currently that are trying to heal the Zeta connections, meaning that there's some star seeds here that have been through a lot of traumas because of Zetas, and they come here to sort out the traumas so they can connect to a Zeta again. They can actually live a peaceful life, because that's not always the case. There are Zetas that are completely lost it. As part of the U.S. government, some of the Zetas are part of the government have been mind controlled by other beings, not always reptilians. So there are some Zetas that are also shapeshifters. Those are more of the advanced ones. Doesn't mean they're out of the problem world. They're still causing difficulties. Some are. Usually it's the female Zeta that's the one that's the healer. Is the male Zeta is normally indoctrinated into programming, like understanding DNA, understanding cloning. Cloning a person is normal for a Zeta. Anything. Well, we clone it so we can keep it, to keep the clone and send back the original. Not always, though. So we can learn. Not that you're humans to do this, but a lot of your computer hackers obviously are connected to the Zeta frequency. Because a lot of Zetas aren't really, we're humanoid, but we're not really human. So we can work on a computer and literally talk to it mentally. Other beings can do it too, but you also find difficulties with like your car or anything mechanical. Usually have an intuition to fix it. It gives you an indication if you have some Zeta or not. Maybe just a little Zeta just to figure things out. But it does make things a lot easier technology wise. Blessings.